Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Matt Williams. I'm a tutor in politics and what is known as the Access Fellow here at Jesus College at the University of Oxford. Now, what do you need in order to do well at an Oxford interview? Well, you don't need to, as many people suspect, be some sort of super brain box who just knows everything there is to know. In fact, there are a couple of skills which are really important but often under-considered, which are that you need to be collaborative, you need to be able to work with someone else, and you need to be very open-minded. So let me give you an example. So this is a genuine past Oxford interview question. Is nature natural? Is nature natural? Now that is exactly the sort of question that tests patience apart from anything else, because people will roll their eyes and think, oh my goodness, what a ridiculous question. You might as well be asking me a dog's dog-like, considering how silly a question that is. But this is what I'm talking about, right? You've got to keep an open mind, because actually I think this is a brilliant question, really, really interesting. And you need to be collaborative because you're going to be working with the interviewer to try and solve it, right? So you're not going to try and solve it on your own because that would be too difficult. The Oxford interview process is a dialogue, not a monologue. So the interviewer might help you by giving you some hints as to where you could start trying to resolve this puzzle. So if I was the interviewer, I might start by saying, let's focus our attention for now on the adjective in this question, natural. What does natural mean? And perhaps, helpfully, what does it not mean? What's the opposite of natural? Well, we quite often say that something unnatural could be considered as artificial or human-made, right? So this built environment in Oxford, for example, is entirely human-made and therefore it's artificial. Now, of course, the slight problem with that is that human beings are part of nature. So this built environment, even if it's human-made, is still somewhat natural. It's kind of like the equivalent of a termite mound or an eagle's nest. These are just dwellings that a particular species on planet Earth have decided to use. So why would they not be natural just because they're human-made, given that humans are of nature? So that's one possible solution to this puzzle, is that actually, do you know what? Nature is natural. The other approach to this would be to look at the noun in this question, nature itself. What do we actually describe as nature, as human beings? Well, it's quite often things that are subject to pretty severe biases of attention and availability and selection. So, for example, what we consider to be important parts of nature when it comes to, say, conservation might be particular species that we consider to be beautiful or inspiring or somehow deliver a service to us. So, for example, extraordinary amounts of energy and money are put towards protecting tigers and pandas, perhaps in disproportion to their importance to the ecosystems, but equal to the importance to us as a species. So we have decided what nature is according to our purposes, according to our uses. Similarly, some other species like bees and bats might be protected because of their usefulness in helping to pollinate certain crops that we take advantage of or to deal with certain pests. So it's not nature in the most sort of coherent sense, it's nature for us or what's useful to us. Okay? And therefore nature is not natural because what we have defined as nature is self-serving. So that could be another solution to this puzzle. But ultimately, the way to solve the puzzle is in dialogue with the tutor in the interview and with a very open mind, allowing yourself to accept the possibility that these are just slightly intricate termite mounds, and that nature might not be natural, and that even though this seems like a pretty annoying semantic debate, actually it can reveal an awful lot about your ability to thrive in a university like this. But let me know what your answers to this question would be in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.